Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming to our research webinar on Republic of Texas resources. My name is Clint, and I'm a reference librarian here at the Texas State Library and Archives Commission, or TSLAC for short. In this session, we're going to talk about some name indexes that you can use to search for information about Republic era individuals. Then we'll discuss collections that are on Ancestry.com. Remember that Ancestry.com Texas includes most TSLAC collections on Ancestry and is accessible for free from home to Texas residents. If you're not a Texas resident, many local libraries have Ancestry.com subscriptions that you can use on site, so you can check with your local library if that's an option that you want to pursue for accessing these databases. And at the end, we'll look at archival resources that aren't available electronically and don't have name indexes. TSLAC is located in downtown Austin, Texas, next to the state capitol building. We're open Monday through Friday and the second Saturday of each month from 9 to 4. Before getting started, we like to share an overview of our mission and the service areas our agency provides to Texans. Today's webinar is part of our mission to provide Texans access to needed information, and in particular, information that helps you find records that we preserve. Our service areas include the Reference and Information Center, the Texas State Archives, and the Sam Houston Center in Liberty, Texas. All right, let's get started with an overview of Republic era resources here at TSLAC. This slide lists some of our name indexes. These can allow you to search by name or sometimes subject and locate specific documents related to that person or topic. In some cases, there are scanned materials available online or transcriptions that are available in a publication. For instance, the Andrew Jackson Houston Collection Index allows you to search the A.J. Houston Collection, which includes correspondence of Sam Houston. The original documents must be viewed here on site. The published calendar to the Marabou B. Lamar papers allow you to check the index, then view listings of documents and brief descriptions of what's contained within those documents. The calendar has been digitized and is available on the Texas Digital Archive, but the original documents themselves must be viewed on site. Finally, these three useful publications are available here on site. Defenders of the Republic of Texas indexes muster rolls of the Republic. The papers of the Texas Revolution and the Alamo Reader include transcriptions of archival resources at TSLAC and other repositories, but an index lets you locate documents by name. You can see more about these through our online catalog. Republic claims are a group of records that include claims for payment, reimbursement, or pension claims submitted during and after the Republic. The files include supporting documents such as vouchers, financial accounts, military records, receipts, notes, or letters. You can search an online database, which we'll talk about in an upcoming slide. This database is indexed by both claimants and the names of individuals appearing throughout that claim. We have an image here of a claim, a letter signed by Mrs. Susanna Williams from an audited claim. There are several types of claims. Audited claims are paid claims for goods and services to the Republic. Public debt claims are claims for goods and services, but they're not paid until Texas became a state. Pension claims are claims that document military service in the Republic of Texas. And unpaid claims include unpaid and miscellaneous claims. Republic claims can be searched by name or keyword. They can also be searched by the names of claimants and individuals who are referenced in the claim. Names include first and last names. You can also search the claimant or the names referenced. Now we'll walk through a sample search. We're going to search for Susanna Williams. After searching, you'll see a list of results that includes the name referenced, the name of the claimant, the type of claim, information about where the claim appears on microfilm, and a link to view images under the image column. The image viewer page shows the claimant's name, the claim number, and information about how to locate microfilm copy of the record. There are also images of each page in black and white and options to download the images as JPEG or PDF. Many of our items from this era have restricted access due to their fragile condition, and we ask researchers to use digital and microform surrogates rather than the originals. If for some reason the scanned images are illegible, please contact us and we can discuss other access options. If you'd like to verify whether or not a particular item is restricted due to fragility, please contact the reference desk, and we'll provide some contact information at the end of this presentation. And we do have an introductory website to Republic era resources with more tips and information. Then we'll also share that link at the end. Similar to the Republic claims, the Adjutant General's Department service records can be accessed through an online database. These include service records from military organizations throughout Texas history. The Republic era organizations are the Army and Navy of the Republic. Service records include a variety of documents gathered to prove service in an organization. These documents can include measurements of uniforms, payments for mustering in, warrants of authority, individual equipment records, general orders, oaths of allegiance, pay vouchers, powers of attorney, and discharge verifications. These documents, they can greatly vary by file. Not all individuals who served in the Texas military organizations have service records. This database also allows you to search by name, and you can limit results to specific military organizations. You can also search by keyword. In this case, we're limiting results to the Republic of Texas Army and searching for the last name Smith. The results page lists the name of each soldier, the organization, and the call number. The call number is the box that has the original records. You can click on image to see images of a specific service record. The right side of the image page shows the name of the soldier, their organization, and the call number. Black and white images of each page of the service record are available. There are options to download the images as a PDF or a JPEG. And please keep in mind with these images, you do have to download each one individually. It's not a download of the entire file. TSLAC also has several Republic era collections on Ancestry.com. Memorials and petitions are requests to the Republic of Texas Congress or the legislature for relief or other legislative action. Some of these documents date during statehood, but concern events that happened during the Republic era. The Adjutant General's Department Military Roll Index cards are transcriptions of information from military rolls. The Ancestry collection includes many different organizations, but Republic era Ranger, militia, and Navy units are represented. And you can see an index card here that would point to where the original record is located. We'll discuss the Nacogdoches archives in the next section, but images are also available on Ancestry. It's important to remember that some images, such as this one, are the best available based on the condition of the original record. TSLAC holds many other archival records concerning the Republic. The documents we'll discuss in this section don't have online databases or name indexes. These documents will require someone to visit TSLAC to view the materials or to request reproductions. And the image you see here is a draft of the 1836 Texas Constitution. Pre-Republic records can include information about individuals and topics concerning the Republic of Texas. For example, the Nacogdoches Archives includes records created by Stephen F. Austin that document his interactions with the government of Mexico. There are also records pertaining to the Revolution and the creation of the Republic. The Nacogdoches Archives include colonial records of Spain and Mexico for the Department of Nacogdoches, which covered northeastern Texas. The records include censuses, entrance certificates for colonists, various types of correspondence, and military records. These records are available on Ancestry and on microfilm. The Nacogdoches archives aren't easy to use because the records are in Spanish and not searchable by name on Ancestry. However, staff can search an internal database for names that you specify, then give you information necessary to locate the originals on Ancestry or on microfilm. The Department of State records of legislative and executive bodies prior to the Republic are materials that were created by organizations established in Texas prior to and during the Texas Revolution. These might include letters, circulars, orders, and journals of legislative bodies. The activities documented include their actions during the Texas Revolution, the creation of the Texas Declaration of Independence, and the 1836 Constitution. These records are not available electronically. TSLAC also holds government records of the Republic of Texas. Records concerning diplomacy and foreign affairs document the efforts of the Republic to gain recognition, secure a peace with Mexico, and pursue annexation to the United States. Records include treaties and correspondence from diplomats and legations. These materials can be found in Department of State records. There are also records about domestic affairs, such as selecting a seat of government, establishing a postal service, issuing passports, and administering elections. Passports are available on the Texas Digital Archive, and some records have been microfilmed, but many require visiting Austin. Records about the economics, finance, and commerce of the Republic of Texas can be found in the records of the Treasury Department and the Comptroller's Office. Appropriations and warrant volumes from the Comptroller document the expenditures of government. The records of the Treasury Department include Customs House records, which document shipping during the Republic. There are also unprocessed Treasury Department records, some of which are transcribed in the Texas Treasury Papers. This publication is available online through Hoppy Trust and here in Austin at TSLAC. TSLAC holds some land records and records concerning colonization and immigration. Our Secretary of State colonization records include ship lists of immigrants to Texas. We also have records created by the General Land Office, including Court of Claims records and incoming correspondence. We also hold congressional records. We discussed memorials and petitions in the last section, but we also hold congressional bill files. We also have laws signed by the President in our Texas Secretary of State records. The finding aids to our Republic era agency records are on the Process State and Local Records webpage. To learn more about how to access archival holdings and get started with archival research, please see our previous webinar, which is saved on our webinar webpage. The Texas General Land Office is the state agency that holds records documenting the original transfer of land from the Republic or the state. Any records after that documenting transfers are usually at the county level in deed records. Texas Adjutant General's Department records include Republic era materials. The Army and Navy papers include records of those organizations during the Texas Revolution, but also related to later military conflicts that Texan forces participated in. Additionally, there are quartermaster records and other records that relate to the day-to-day logistics and operations of these organizations. Military roles provide muster and payrolls for Texan Army, Navy, and militia units. Militia military roles can include some of the earliest Texas Ranger units. Some, but not all of these military roles are indexed and available on Ancestry.com as index cards. Roles that are not indexed can be accessed here on site. It's important to note that TSLAC holds very few Texas Revolution military roles. Many of these roles were burned in 1855 during a fire that swept through the Adjutant General's office. However, the Texas General Land Office does hold copies of these rules. Finally, Republic claims, which we discussed earlier, can prove military service and provide information about military activities. TSLAC has manuscripts, maps, and images that relate to the Republic era. Manuscript collections are archival materials donated or created by individuals or organizations rather than transferred to TSLAC directly by state agencies. These can include records of the Republic government that were held privately, such as legation papers that can be found in the Andrew Jackson Houston collection, or they can be manuscript collections and include the personal papers of Republic era figures, such as Maribel B. Lamar and Washington Daniel Miller. Some manuscript collections have finding aids. There are item level descriptions for some, including a published calendar to the Maribel B. Lamar papers and an online index to the Andrew Jackson Houston collection. Other manuscript collections do not have finding aids, but staff have access to an internal index organized by creator and subject that we can search for you upon request. We also have maps from the Republic and pre-Republic eras, and our maps can be searched through our map collection website. Many of these maps have images available, but if there's no image, please contact us and we can provide access options. We also hold images and photographs of Republic era figures taken later in life, these include painting and other types of illustrations. Our webpage provides more information, and we have a research webinar on how to search our prints and photographs collection. In summary, today we've covered name indexes and ancestry collections. We've covered pre-Republic records, both from the Spanish and Mexican era and the Texas Revolution. We've covered government and military records from the Republic and how to access manuscripts, maps, and prints and photographs related to the Republic era. And here's a link to our new subject guide for Republic of Texas resources that's available through our webpage. And it covers a lot of things we talked about here and a little bit more in how to use these resources more in depth. And this set of slides will be made available so you can download them and get this link then. We hope this has been helpful. If you need any help with your research, you can contact staff here at TSLAC or the Sam Houston Center by mail, phone, or email. When contacting us, please provide as much information as you possibly can, like names, dates, and any box numbers that you might find in those finding aids. And we'll get back to you about access options and whether or not you can visit here on site to view specific materials. Please check our website for up-to-date information on our hours and services, and you can see the rest of our webinar schedule. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining today.